Hello, everybody. I am yet again Price McKinney, simply put, and I want to thank each and every one of you for your patience. I got a confession. I hit a wall, not in the car, but after I did the independent woman, I wound up doing 3 videos on that, and initially, that was going to be one, turned into 3. And from the response and the feedback that you all gave me, and I'm so grateful and appreciative of that. I wound up with like 3, 4 different videos all at once that just kind of hit me stemming from that. And I couldn't figure out which one to do next. So I wasn't prideful. I went to, I called him my media mentor, and I talked to him, and he was like, dude, just write them out. And I told him, I said, man, I can't script out what I'm going to say. I would get lost with that. He said, just write down the titles of the topics and just go at it. So I even tried that, and I was still stumped because it was like, yeah, I just wanted to make sure whatever I did next was what needed to be next. So I just kind of took my foot off the gas, pressured myself, and just kind of took a sail out moment, inhaled, exhaled, and finally got it. So again, I've not gone anywhere. Even when you don't see me in front of the camera, it does not mean I'm not doing anything. Because trust me, if I'm not writing stuff down or getting ideas, I'm talking to people constantly. So I can't get away from it, and honestly, I love it. So the next this video is gonna be. I'm really excited about it. It's kind of gonna be fun, but it's a topic that we've heard for years, and we have, for whatever reason, I'm not really trying to figure that part of it out. We've misunderstood to a degree what it actually means. And so I want to give you a different way to look at it. It's not, and trust me, you're not going to be misinformed. I don't play that game. But it's just a different way to look at it, where it can benefit you and it can benefit the person that you're with. And this is for the women. So the topic is submission. And I know before you even say it, I ain't finna submit to no man. He ain't finna control me. I ain't finna do what he tell me to do. That's dear. Pump your brakes. All right. That's not what this is. Okay. So that's how we've been raised. That's what we've been taught. That's what we've been made to believe, that the woman is supposed to submit to the man. And I get it. I get it. I looked the word up, and it's a compound word. Submission, submit. We're gonna go with submission. Okay. So the man himself, and this is primarily for those of you who are already in a relationship, or even already married. You don't have to be, but this is going to help you. So let's deal with the mission part. I'm a simple guy. That's why this is called Simply Put. So I looked up the definition of mission, and the word I'm going to use to describe it or define it is assignment. Ladies, women, he has to be doing something. And that something has to be what he's purposed and put here to do, right? Before you can submit. Because submit means to come under, or another definition that I looked up and I loved it, consideration, to consider. So in your considering what his mission is, or better yet, how you're going to work with him within his mission to help his mission be what it needs to be, that's what you have to consider. And here's where you make the difference, lady. Here's where you make the difference. You see what he cannot, right? So, and I've had this happen to me. Like I said, I've been married twice, and I had this happen to me multiple times. Wife comes to me and she'll say, well, this dude is not good for you. This dude is really not your friend, right? Or this guy is jealous of you, or you shouldn't be hanging around him because he does this, this, and this. Me and my blindness, because I am a man and I'm limited and confined in what I can see. Women see differently than what we do. I had to eat crow multiple times because they were right. And so within that, I had to follow what it was she was telling me, because ultimately it was going to be a problem, or it was going to be damaging to me to keep hanging out with my boy, keep hanging out with this particular dude, because he was not benefiting or helping me to become better. So within submission, it's not, no, let me say, submission is not he controls you. Submission, and I want you to hear me clearly, and submission is not he tells you what to do. You have a voice, just like he does. He's got to have a mission. He's got to have a plan. He's got to have something in place that he's working. Even if you know, and this happens, even if you know, ma'am, that this ain't it, what he's doing, it's on you to inform him of that. How he takes it, how he receives it, that's a whole nother animal, because men can be egotistical and prideful. And he may not want to hear it because he believes in his heart 100%, I got the green light for this. But you know otherwise because you see from a different angle, right? You still have to let him know. And if he's just stubborn, bullheaded, hard-headed, and he ain't going to listen, that's on him. He's going to have to deal with the consequences. Unfortunately, that affects you too. So it's kind of not fair, and I get it. But my daddy used to have an expression, a hard head makes a soft behind. That's not necessarily the word he used, but y'all get what I'm saying. So he's got to, here's the thing, he's got to be where he needs to be. And you've got to be where you're supposed to be in order for the whole submission piece to work. Here's the deal, and hear me clearly. Every man that you've had or been with, you were not supposed to submit to, because it's only a particular man. Every female he has had, she wasn't supposed to submit to him, because it's only for that one. So it can't just be anybody that you even consider submitting to. Because again, he's got to have a mission. He's got to be going somewhere. He's got to have a plan. He's got to have something significant, that productive, that he is working on. And it can't just be anything. Oh, and I'm going to be a gamer. No, player. You got a family. That's not going to get it. So it has to be something significant and purposeful. And so it's for his assignment, whatever that assignment is, you have to consider how to work with him. And that's ultimately, and I've said this before, that comes with communication. It can't just be he run off willy-nilly and hey, I'm gonna try this, hey, I'm gonna try that, hey, I'm gonna do this, hey, I'm gonna do that. Now I'm not saying, because sometimes for us as men, it's trial and error, and more error, more error than anything. But at some point we'll get it, and God bless you for your patience in dealing with us or dealing with him, because that can be a pill, and I get it. But he's got to have a specific plan in place. He's got to have a mission. He's got to have an assignment. So again, and I want you to understand clearly, it is not about control. It's not about him keeping keeping you down, keeping you from, because you've got to be who you got to be as well, because you got work to do too. It's not just him. You got work to do as well. So it's not about him controlling you. It's not about, and I've heard this expression as well. He ain't my daddy. No, he's not. I 100% agree with you. But that's not what submission is. It's not about him controlling you because of his authority. It's not about him suppressing you because he's the man. It's not about that. That's not what submission is. It's not about him controlling you or telling you what to do or giving you all these instructions and directives. That's not what this is. So I want you to understand clearly. He's got to be where he needs to be. You got to be where you're supposed to be in order for the whole submission piece to work. And ultimately, how it works is communication. You got to communicate. You got to talk to each other. He can't be on mute and then you popping off, or vice versa. It can't be that. He can't be shutting down and you trying to get him to talk and he doesn't open up. You've got to be able to communicate. That has to be the foundation. That is the key to any successful relationship. And that's why I do this. That's why I do. And I love doing it because ultimately, because relationships, when I was talking to a guy and he said something that just blew my mind, and he was 100% correct. And I couldn't have put it no better. He said the roles in relationships have gotten lost, and they have. So again, and that's one of the things I'm going to start dealing with is the roles and responsibility of the man, the woman, how we bring this thing together, how we make it work. And again, and communicate. So again, I'm Price McKinney. Simply put, follow me on Instagram, Simply Put PM. I've got a Facebook page, Simply Put PM. I am on TikTok as well. Let's see, what's the other one? YouTube. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go there. Guess what it is? Simply Put Price McKinney. Type it in, it'll come up. It's painless, doesn't take but a second, and it doesn't hurt at all. And it's free. So again, I want to thank you for your patience. I'm not an expert. I just know what I know, and I promise you I'll see you soon.